So there's this one lake I went to see of having not done the cards and having that conversation with her really had me mind blown. Like, she actually said she hates it when learners lie straight to her face. And I thought about it and I was like, what if she said, I hate learners who lie straight to my face? See the opposite. I hate learners who lie straight to my face. I hate it when learners lie straight to my face. So you see how she words, her vocabulary and her flow of words really brings the difference to it. Same case to how one should do it in life. Like really learn how to positively divert your wording.
Hello, wonderful humans. Welcome to Modern Day Camper by your host, Martin Sambia, where we advocate for mental health and personal growth through visual arts and talks. And today we have a very magnificent guest with us who goes by the name Kimani. Welcome again, Kimani.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, who is Kimani?
Actually, we were having that talk with someone, and it goes without say, whenever you ask someone who is what their name, they'll blank out thinking, yo, who am I? What am I gonna say? I'm an artist, yes. Do I sing? No. Do I dance? No. Is my career defining me? So there's more to it than just the name, but you sing family. I'm Kimani. Yes, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Okay, so no problem. And as far as I know, you are into article writing. And kuna this piece that, if you don't mind, I would want you maybe to share it with us, and then maybe our conversation may begin from there.
Yeah, when you're ambushed, but let's do it.
Okay.
So, title is Blended Sites.
Blended sites.
Yeah, I think that's a, yeah, let's look at it. No, it's gray and blue.
Gray and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, gray and blue.
So, did he really find sense in his life? A journey that never began, yet goes on, shrunk him into something so inhuman, torn, yet was in a single piece, carved, carved paths, yet mapped. Did he really seek for a sense of belonging or for purpose? Awake yet stamped into deep, unawakening nightmares, lonely but perfectly fit into a crowded room. Language? No, 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 no. His speech so eloquent and compelling words for every talk, yet speechless. Lost his sense of speech, voiced, but so voiceless, outspoken, but still caged. Was he broken? Is he still? So dangerous yet seeks comfort, perfectly imperfect, yet yearns for more. It's just the beginning, a rude awakening awaits. I guess that's it so
Okay.
far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. And my follow-up question is, like, why gray and blue?
Well, of course, you see, there's a contrast when you also some black and white, but that's too common because, of course, it's gonna be so obvious black and white, it's light and dark. But you see, with gray and blue, with gray, it's can be a gray okwa. I think it's a
In
mix
between
of,
black and white, like,
yeah,
yeah, because,
and
like, for black it's all the colors combined.
yeah,
White not color, and I guess in between now it's gray.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then for blue, it's weirdly soothing. Let's say it's just a soothing state in the blues. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where kuna hizo music. Blues, you just
Blues.
listen to them, they soothe you, you get to think deep, relax. Like,
Okay. And now, what is is it a poem or just an article? And what is it about?
would I call it a poem? Not really. Yes, I could. An article. Pia inaweza qualify. A song, an artist could maybe compose it into something artistic. Why did I write it? So it's supposed to get this clear. Si story yangu napeana.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but you see how you watch a Disney movie or animation, and then like, of course, zote ziko so predictable. Starts with this main character, maybe anateseka or is from a well of family. Climax gets to be a lesson to learn after a blunder, so on and so forth. Then happy ever after. But this case, um, did he really find sense in his life? So more times, let me even rephrase it. Do you find sense in your life?
For me, like it is a journey that I've started to embrace. Yeah, yeah. And in nowadays, I do sometimes. Sometimes I do.
So you see,
Yeah.
that's why it's rhetorical to this point, because finding sense in life, it
Mhm.
takes time. You have to really think about what you really want. So, like you said, saying humans are so intentional towards it,
Mhm.
which brings out the question: what got you there? Why? Why now and not yesterday? It was so on and so forth. So I guess it's something many ought to look at. So going on, this is where it contradicts a journey that never began yet goes on. So you see, finding sense in life is a whole journey.
Mhm.
You're not gonna wait for it to start say. No, it's already moving. I lived yesterday, the day before yesterday, last year,
Mhm.
but still looking for something more to it.
Mhm.
So it's a journey that began. So in between or along the way is where you'll find sense. That's where, say, someone gets into a nice career, a family, kids. That's the
Mhm.
cycle of life. Um, so this is where it gets dark. Torn, yet was a single piece, carved parts, yet mapped. Did he really seek for a sense of belonging or for purpose? So at that point, I guess we can say everyone goes through hell once in a while, and it's all about how you're gonna take it head on. Uh, I'll give an example. Many a times in life, okay, Ajua, whenever there's something up in life, very first person I ever call is my mom. And if she doesn't answer, either my siblings or my auntie, my uncle, then and only then will I look for my friends. Because I'm sorry that kuna wenye hawaelewani home, but I'm pretty sure every single person has found that sense of belonging, that sense of family in a friend that came along. I have friends who are qualified to be like bros and sisters to me because of how we've grown up. As much as we won't talk, we still get to know that there's that bond in between. And no man is an island, you know.
Yeah.
So you really have to interact with people.
Mhm.
Whether you're an introvert, extrovert, uh, there's no way you can make it alone. You'll depend on human interaction. It doesn't really matter whether it's gonna be one on one
Mhm.
over calls or simply staying in your apartment and hear your neighbor play loud music. Itakupea a sense of belonging that humans do exist. I'm still human, there's a human next to me. You see,
Mhm.
all around you are people, they're always gonna surround you. So how you take it out is seeing the good in them. It brings me to this point where I was with a friend and I told her whenever I feel so mad or at the verge of hating someone, all I do is take them out for a meal.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be okay, si kila time nitalipa, pia wajilipie. So for me, I find the sense of humanity uh, at its weakest is when someone is eating. Like you really get to see this person is so human. That's for me. Anyone else, I don't really know how they do it, but for me, I get to see someone is so human, vulnerable, and I watch them eat. Because that's what we all do for survival. Yeah. Or what's your take to it?
That is profound. That is really profound. Yeah, that is profound. Like, but they're talking of, like, do you know Trevor Noah,
Yeah.
the South African stand-up comedian?
Mm-hmm.
For now, he's into many things. So I was reading one of his book that goes by the name Bona Crime. So for him, like there was this time that he was a lot of things happened in that book. But now there was this time that it was raining at their place and he was young. It is gross kidogo, but like it brought a sense of humanity in terms of like when it was raining outside, he wanted to go for a long call and he had no option to. So what he decided to do it in those traditional houses.
Mm.
So he decided to do it like to put paper and do it on the floor. So when he was like doing that, like he kind of felt like this is the most humble act human being can experience. Like 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 the way he was connected to the ground, the fear that anyone can come around, and at the when like tenant is something that it's so like any it's not a bad thing, but it's something so secretive, and like anyone who can see him doing that, like it's in a sound so shady. But this is like when it comes to things like porn, it's like anyone alive does it, and it sounds like a gross thing, but the most prominent people, the poorest people in the world, this is what we share in common, and we are very humble to it. Yeah. So like it was funny, but here you bring the aspect of eating. Yeah, I kind of feel like we are very vulnerable when we are eating, and like even foods kind of connect us because especially when it is sweet, it kind of really connect us.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know where people get this sense, but pretty sure it's true. Shared meals are sweetest.
Yeah.
So, but then looking at it from that perspective, you also get to see that it's human to make messes.
Mm-hmm.
I make lots of messes. You
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone does. And at the end of it all, it's how you're going to approach it, address it. That's what gets you through that day.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they say there was okay, I'm someone who's really connected to religion.
It's
So
totally okay.
during my interaction with one of the pastors, he was like, "You woke up today, an issue came up, right? You were gonna get so sad, so stuck, uh, so overwhelmed about it.
Mhm.
But then at the end of the day, you're gonna go to sleep
Mhm.
and wake up the following morning. The cycle will go on, which tells you that even in the toughest um, non-existent problem that can ever exist, you can always wake up the following day and leave it even ukiwa na hizo mashida. I try to draw uh, a lot of inspiration from people who are sick, terminal illnesses. So they live on their lives just as usual. The only extra thing that comes along is the medication, but every other thing, or maybe some time off from work, but every other thing is usual. Yeah, I'm speaking that from experience. I've seen it. Everything goes on as usual. So, what do you say to it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, like personally, I feel like problem is part of us, and like life oscillates. Like that is why kuna sadness, kuna happiness. Like we just have to experience it all. So like kuna this theory, like inaitwa rhythm, theory of rhythm. Like it just explains like you understanding it, it explains why you've seen those two big businessmen who like are still risk takers despite the fall and everything. So like life is just that way. Like it's okay to be up today, it's okay to be low today, it's okay to feel low, it's okay to feel high. So like that is part of life, and that is what makes life. So someone who really understands what happiness really is, they really have a strong grasp of what sadness really is. And this is where the aspect of gratitude is coming from, because it's fully motivated with empathy. So we kind of have to experience everything. So I feel like it's really okay to go through the hurdles of life. Like it's not a bad thing about, like, whatever happened to us, it's never our response, it's never our fault, but what we become is our responsibility. So like, yeah, I totally concur with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note,
Yeah,
um, the way you said whatever happens is our responsibility. True, and
it is our fault. Whatever happens to us is our fault.
it's also your responsibility to,
What we become, oh yeah, what
yeah.
we become, yeah.
So I guess another thing that comes to it is whenever you make a mess, and then Juicy I had this enlightening talk with my uncle and aunt, and it was all about regrets after actions. So they told me, rather, the discussion uh, enveloped that regrets don't really exist as much as that term is there, because whatever happens or whatever happened, it did occur. And then you're gonna think about it over and over. You're like, I should have handled that issue in this kind of manner. So it's more of a learning experience, a lesson learned, rather than a regret. Because I was gonna use a theft example, but yes, if it is, so I'll use an exam approach. So nimekuwa up and about. It's an example. I haven't been up and about. It's an example. Up and about throughout, with friends, managing how school, social life is gonna be. So I end up getting swayed to the social life more than the school life. What happens? Exam comes and I fail. Am I gonna blame it on my friends? Am I gonna blame it on all the activities I've done through that? No, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'll think through it. and I'm like, I spent this time uh, doing this and this. What I can do is minimize and maximize on this. Then again, my failure, it's okay, everyone fails at some point. But then, towards these social aspects, what benefit did I gain? I went to an art gallery, um, team building sessions. What else? Got into more clubs than usual. So that shows me it was never really a waste. As much as academically I failed, it's just this one time you get to fail, sindio? But then you get to see kuna field ingine which has succeed. Like you got through it very positively, and possibly you got to get certified. So it's not a regret until you weigh what the situation was. And even after you do, don't take it as a regret. It's more of a learning experience than rather than the regret itself. And I guess uh, over time, the choice of words really matters. That really does. Because if I come and say something like, what can I say? Okay, the most common like and love. You say I really like this glass, right? And I really love it. So there's a difference to it. Sindio? Same case to how you word your vocabulary. So if you say you failed, don't generalize it. Specify I failed in this field, this unit, or what else? I failed to complete this task. Do not generalize
And
because once you do,
personalize it to
yeah,
I'm a failure. Yeah,
exactly. Because
okay.
once you do it, it evokes a new personality in you. I'm a failure. I can never do this. I'm always a burden to friends, family, so on and so forth. So I guess that's why people say your words are so strong, powerful. So your choice of words should be really appropriate.
Yeah.
So there's this one leg I went to see of having not done the cards and having that conversation with her really had me mind blown. Like, she actually said she hates it when learners lie straight to her face. And I thought about it and I was like, what if she said, I hate learners who lie straight to my face? See the opposite. I hate learners who lie straight to my face. I hate it when learners lie straight to my face.
Face.
So
Okay.
you see how she words her vocabulary and her flow of words really brings the difference to it. Same case to how one should do it in life. Like really learn how to positively divert your wording.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, say you're getting late somewhere. Of course, someone will say, oh, excuses so kwa kila mahali, traffic, what
Mm-hmm.
else, uh, so on and so forth. I don't know, but also to it, it's all about the aspect of communication. So from wording,
Mm-hmm.
the next thing is learning how to communicate.
Communicate.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you see, picking up and communicating should be are not one and the same. No, you can speak up, but you're not communicating anything. So communication is all about being steady, calm, and really composed on what you're going to say. Because if you want to speak up, bruh, anaweza simama tu anywhere. And I'm like, screw all those people who made me cry last year. Kitu kaa hiyo. You spoke up, but you didn't even communicate anything. But then, for communication under the same scenario, I'm gonna call them and I'll be like, hey, you good? Uh, I really hated it when you made me feel one and two and three. And now, me telling you this feels like I'm setting free of this bondage over you. So I guess there's that communication aspect that needs to be there. Yeah.
Okay, that is well put. And my another question is like, what is self-awareness to you?
Self awareness. Of course, mseta kwamba ni kujijua. There's this direct translation, but self awareness, I guess it revolves not only to you as an individual, but your environment as well. That's the things that will factor into self awareness is who you are, your environment, and those that surround you. They will factor in the whole aspect of self awareness. And that's in the from that very aspect, it builds the stem of confidence, of your esteem, of your I won't say personality per se, because that comes in with character. Environment also plays a factor. Yeah, they all also it can also come in because those around you can shape your personality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And they do have an unknown impact, like
true.
yeah, because like I was seeing this somewhere, like even we really do have a free will, but if you really pay attention, most of the decision we make, it's fully based on how we were oriented
Mm-hmm.
on things. Yeah, like the way I'm going to approach even walking on a stairs, it's fully dependent on how I was oriented towards it. The way I'm going to even express my love,
Yeah,
orientation, it can be maybe stemming from my family or how my last relationship was. So sometimes you might think that most of it's individual based decisions,
yeah,
but honestly speaking, it's like a collaboration of many things. Like you are not just like there is nothing like individuality.
true.
Like yeah, you're like kuna another aspect of something you watch, something you listen to as a music, the words you've heard, yeah, yeah. So like yeah, so for some reason, do you think like sometimes self-awareness inaweza kuwa something beyond our control, because you've said pia environment plays a role, so inamaanisha information that I'm being fed could tailor how maybe my self-awareness journey will be.
Okay, of course. Yes.
How does intentionality plays a role here now?
Okay, so
Yeah.
acha nishine tu kidogo.
Okay, please do.
So kuna ile Maslow's hierarchy of
Of needs.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So uh, it's a pyramid that's low. So anasema as you climb up, that's when it gets so hard. It's just like a mountain.
You get
It's
so
hard.
hard.
It's hard to get to the top, but
Okay.
at the bottom so easy.
Uh-huh.
But at the bottom, I think it's all about
Survival.
is yeah the basic needs. Then the second step I think is
Love and sense of belong, or
actually
psychological needs.
yeah
Psychological
psychological
needs.
because love, respect, are fourth towards the top, which manze hizo ni ngumu kupata. So third ni secondary needs, which will then get you to the love and respect. And then at the top most is
Self-actualization.
yeah, which no person has gotten to.
You think so? You feel so?
Because every single day you keep learning new things.
New things, yeah.
And then everything you learn somehow changes you.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I get to see a new color. Maybe something like cayenne, turquoise blue. Okay, nakumbuka nikizijua. I think I need them last year, but one after I bought this whole set of pins. And I was really fascinated, like, yo, I'm no longer a fanatic of jungle green. I'm gonna divert. So you see, I also got to look through fits. This ain't any blue. I think this is cayenne blue or turquoise, one of the two. So you see, unaenda ukirealize new things. You also get to realize that they are about kids. Tuseme upatie mtoi, you'll realize how kids grow. Unapata mtoi wangu ni fast, slow, kitu hiyo, and how to tackle that. Leave it from the psychological aspect. Of course, that's educational, but for ground, as soon as you have that kid, it's a whole new setup. You have to start it.
Yeah.
Because I can't really tell you what it feels like having a kid. I'll say it's really fun. At times you're gonna cry. At times you're gonna be so happy, worried, frustrated. It's expensive. Nitakwambia hizo vitu zote. But from your view, like kids, you just hold them, they sleep, feed them. That's it. Until you have one,
You experience it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess no one can ever get to the topmost point of self-actualization.
Yeah, and that you're making a lot of sense because honestly speaking,
Yeah.
the more like I was looking up to many things, even like love itself,
Yeah.
self-awareness itself, like what they all share in common is you'll never understand them. The only thing you can do to them is just experience them, and the way you're going to experience it, it is you expressing your inner world, and we are all coming from different points in life. So unapata, honestly speaking, at your self-actualization, the way you are going to experience, even the person who maybe we can consider the most self-awareness person,
Yeah.
putting him on the spot, this is going to be a new experience for him.
True.
Itakuwa a new venue, a new audience, and so I'm sure the way he's going to be rational about it, it's not the same as maybe those places he's been. So like life is all about experience.
Yeah.
And like it's not like self-awareness is not a destination,
Yeah.
but just a journey that never ends. Yeah.
So let me shock you. There's this show I was watching called Pantheon. Yo,
Pantheon.
I told my friends about it. And you know, the most shocking bit of it was how AI has been used to turn a cloning to control people. Like literally in that show, uh, they do that neurosurgical process, but then instead of okay, as soon as they open your skull and everything, they have these waves, these radiations to your brain to wire you into some kind of way. So I think after watching that, it made me really question: is this what's happening out here? It's just someone's creativity. Then thinking about it, is quite literally creativity, like on itself. It's something that has to have come to thoughts and is yet to be actualized. Yeah.
Yeah, that is dope. And by any chance, do you have maybe a question for me?
Question.
Yeah.
What makes you say that someone can get to the top of the pyramid?
Oh, I feel like you can get there, but you getting there, it's possible,
Yeah.
but going beyond there, it's something else. Like I feel like maybe you can get there and maintain it, and still you have the chances of kama you are still unable to maintain it, you still have the chances of you going back. And I'll just give you an example, because if you look at that Maslow hierarchy of needs, if you put someone like Elon Musk
Mm.
on the scope, I feel like he is maintaining it in terms of like where he is in life at the moment. Is someone mwenye hadi I feel like he's like he knows things that we really don't know, to a point that even if I was to take all of his money from him, give me like 5 days or a year, he can regain it back. Like for him, like hapo kwa survival modes where we are still struggling with basic needs,
Yeah.
it can be a walk for him. So I kind of feel like kuna those people, and it requires a lot of intentionality, but kuna those people who have reached there, but maybe now maintaining. Kuna those who are struggling, like reaching there, bado still you can maintain. Yani maintaining it is a problem, and pia it's not a destination. The main reason pia nasema people have reached there because it is not a destination. It is a journey. Like being there is still a journey. You get to unravel things, and still you can go back.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Where can you consider yourself? Where are you at? Are you struggling with the sense of love and belonging?
For me,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
that was made clear to me a long time ago.
Okay.
So I think I'm one of the privileged people to say I have felt love. Yeah, from hata kama si everyone like huku nje, but from family goes without saying. For me,
Okay.
for those who don't really receive that, once again, I'm so sorry. And it's not likely. I know it's tough, but you're gonna get there. That I know.
So
Yeah.
they stick. So
Yes.
maybe something close to self-actualization.
Yeah.
That is where you are heading to. That
That's where
is.
I'm headed.
Mhm.
But I can't really get there because I feel like I have a lot to learn. So I'm not yet there.
Yeah.
Like every day, new knowledge comes up, and who knows? Someday, people are gonna use my newly found ideas. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I guess yeah. That is it, and it is a wrap for now. Maybe if you have something maybe to share with them, alafu we will call it a shoot, and many more are yet to come.
I'm going to share.
Yeah.
Uh, what I can say is positivity can really overwhelm you, but I'd rather have you overwhelmed because eventually you're gonna be sane. Because if you're negative, it's times two worse, will make you insane. So stay positive and love yourself. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Kimani, once again. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, it is a wrap for now. See you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.